Hey guys, it's Kaz here, and today I'm going to be doing my January book haul and a little bit of a giveaway, so stick around for that. I haven't hauled that many books, so it shouldn't take too long to get to the good stuff. So we're just going to jump straight in. Also, notice the random accidental colour theme. So first of all, a book I actually bought in December, but it came in January, and that is The Seal of the Worm by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is book 10, which is the last book in the Shadows of the App series. Obviously I can't talk much about this because book 10. But very much looking forward to getting this series read, getting it finished. This book is on my 2022 TBR as well, which is why I thought I should pick it up straight away at the beginning of the year so I own it and I can read it whenever I'm in the mood. So this series is a fantasy series. It has a bunch of different people and races and kingdoms, and there's magic, there's people that don't believe in magic, there's people that can do magic, there's just politics, war, all the things. I've talked about this series quite a few times. It's all that. It's really good. These next two books were kind of a random buy. I had a voucher, so I was like, fine, I'll buy some things. So first of all, I have If This Gets Out by Sophie Gonzalez and Cale Dietrich. This is their new book. It's about two members of a boy band, and then I don't know whether whilst they're part of the boy band they start getting together or they start developing feelings for each other. I don't actually know. I haven't read the back. I don't want to know the synopsis. I know that much of the synopsis, but that's enough for me, thank you. This is on my TBR for this month anyway, so I'll give you my thoughts and my feelings and all that jazz at the end of the month. And then the other book I got with that voucher is Wranglestone by Darren Carlton. Maybe you're thinking, hey, that's a weird way of holding a book. Why does this exist? Why is this a thing? Why is this? Look how gorgeous that cover is. Why is that a thing? So annoying. I don't get very annoyed very often about cover things. I don't care if all the books in a series are different sizes and shapes and textures. I don't care if there's a person on the front cover. But why do they do that on a cover that's this pretty? Or just any cover. Nobody cares about Costa and what they think about books. They make coffee. Why would anyone care about what they think about books? Get off my cover. But other than that, this, I'm very much about the cold places, and this is set in winter. That was the first thing that drew me in. Also, zombies. They live on an island. They're all safe on the island, and then it gets cold and the lake freezes over and then the dead can get across. It sounds really interesting. It's not really something I've ever read before, so I'm very much looking forward to giving this one a read. Sounds really interesting, looks really cool. That needs to get off. There we go. Next up, another book you would have seen if you watched my Scrabble TBR, and that is Squire by Sarah Alfiger and Nadia Shamus. I got this as an ARC from the publishers, and this is about a girl who is a knight in training, and then she has to decide between loyalty to her heritage or the empire. And then it says that it's about identity and own voices, fantasy, all that jazz. It sounds interesting. It looks really good. Like I said, I'm reading this month as well because it comes out on the 22nd of February, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'll give you, well, I probably shouldn't give you a little look at the, because it literally says the art is not final in here, but like it'll be kind of a little bit almost similar, won't it? So kind of looks like that. Possibly, maybe, perhaps, might be different because the art's not final. But I've got a few pages than that, and the rest of it's like this because it's an arc. But I think that's what you're going to be seeing. But yeah, I think this is the standalone, and I do enjoy standalone graphic novels, and it sounds interesting. So hopefully the story is going to be really cool. And then Dane, I'm sure you guys know Dane. Dane reads. He does edity stuff for people that write stuff, and he got in contact with me saying, hey, I helped edit. He said, hey, I edited this book. Does it sound interesting? Do you want a copy? Do you want to read it? And I was like, yes, thanks. So I have The Last Keeper by J.V. Hilliard. This is the first book in a fantasy series. It's about a dude that is born blind, and then he has the gift of prophetic sight, and then there's a princess, and then he has some sort of vision of like a bad stuff, impending doom and all that, and then they have to work together. So sounds interesting. Start of a series. Don't know how long the series is going to be, but we shall see. Before we carry on, let's just head on over to a message from one of the sponsors, and then I shall be back with another book and a giveaway.
Hi Loki. What's this Amazon delivery? Did you win a book? No, he just pre-ordered about 5 copies of Conquest of the Ten. He wants to make sure that he can read it wherever he is.
And then last but not least, you may know, and if you don't, then you should, that my sister, Kay MacLeod, is an author, and her next book finally came out. This past year, there's been a lot of stuff going wrong, but she's finally got this out, Conquest of the Ten by Kay MacLeod. It's her 3rd book in the Constellation Saga. It's going to be a 4-book series, I believe. And yes, obviously, had to buy that as soon as it came out. I read it chapter by chapter as she was writing it. It's very good. All of the series is good. All of her books are good, which brings us to the giveaway. Can you see? You see a theme? Yes, I'm giving away one of my sister's books. It doesn't necessarily have to be this one, because if you haven't read the other 2 books in this series, it'll be kind of weird that I get you that. So there is the Constellation Saga, which is Heirs of Power as the 1st book, The Mage Lord's Legacy as the 2nd book, and then Conquest of the Ten as the 3rd book, which has just come out. This is a fantasy series. It follows a whole host of characters, a big group of them that all have different powers, and they're trying to save their world from this other alien race that's trying to come in and take all the power and suck all the life force dry and all that. Great characters, loads of sarcasm and fun stuff, and you will really enjoy just everyone. You'll love them. You'll love the characters. I'm saying it. Whether you agree with me or not, you're wrong if you don't. But yes, so there's that one. There's the Mayamon series, the 1st book being the Carnelian Fox, and then the 2nd book being the Amethyst Panda. So this is a gamelit series that's kind of inspired by Pokemon. So they have all these different Mayamon in the world that people thought as of a game, got bored of them, they went out into the wild, and then they've been breeding out in the wild and taking over places. So they're people that train up to go out into the wild and make sure that they don't get onto the cities and hurt people and that. It's like Pokemon, but darker. Again, the characters are great in here. The 2nd book deals a lot with trauma and stuff. You don't see it very often in fantasy, but some stuff goes down in this one, and in this one, like, the character actually faces it and has feelings about it, which, you know, normally fantasy books, something happens, what, next chapter, nobody cares. So that is a point of it that I really, really enjoy. So there was those 2. And then there is also The Missing Branch, which is a standalone novella. This was part of a series of all different authors wrote a novella set in this world. What was it called again? Bulwark. So there's a certain author, their series of books is in this place, and then they got a bunch of authors to do a story set in that place. This is Kay's one. It is a little bit more on the romancy side, so if you enjoy romance you might like this, but the ending is really cool. It's really different. It's about this character that's from the UK who goes over to America because she wants to learn her family tree, and then she goes to this place, Bulwark, and everything's really creepy and weird and supernatural romance stuff. Even though it's really small, it is really good. Especially that ending, I was like, what? Tell me what happens next. So there's that one as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave Kay's Goodread page thing down below so you can have a look on there, read the synopsises for them as well. And all you have to do to win one of these books is comment on this video saying which one it is and why you want to read it. And then I'll just put all the names in a hat, pick one out in a week's time, and then on my video on that Friday I'll announce it, and then I'll send you that book. It can be anything as easy as saying, I want this book because the cover's pretty. It could be, I want this book because I started this series and it's really good. It could be whatever. You say the synopsis sounds good. It could be, I own all of Kay's books because I'm awesome, so I want this book because it's my favourite because I want to give it to a friend. It could be anything. So yeah, it doesn't have to be like a massive paragraph long. It could just be, I want that one because it looks kind of interesting. So yeah, all you have to do is be subscribed to me, and then Amazon deliver to you. I know some people hate Amazon, but for self-published authors it's a very important thing, so deal with it. Yes, tell me down below. I mean, if you want to comment on any of the other things that I picked up, or the video in general, you know, or what you hold, that's also cool. But if you want to win one of these books, yeah, just tell me the name of it, and then why, and then I'll pick one, and then I'll send you that book out, and then hopefully you'll read it and really enjoy it. So like I said, Goodreads in the description if you want to read the full synopsises instead of me chatting absolute waffle. doesn't really tell you much about the books. So yeah, that was my haul for January. Did you notice the little purpley accidental colour theme? It's kind of fun. So yeah, like I said a second ago, if you want to comment about these, then do. But if you just want a free book, then do that instead. Or do both. Win-win. If this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I'll see you in a few days with another video.